Hello, I'm your friend Teacher Sam. Today we're going to delve into the art of initiating a conversation in English. Starting a conversation is the first step in any interaction, and it's critical in building relationships, both personal and professional. In this video, we'll explore a variety of ways to kickstart a conversation, providing you with the tools you need to confidently engage in English dialogues. So, are you ready to learn how to start a conversation in English? Great, let's dive right in. Firstly, it's crucial to understand the basics of starting a conversation. One of the fundamental steps in sparking a dialogue is the greeting. A simple hello or hi can open the door to countless conversational opportunities. From there, it's about extending that initial greeting into a full-blown conversation. Common phrases such as "How are you?" "What's up?" or "Nice to meet you" are your best friends here. These phrases are universally recognized conversation starters and can be used in a variety of situations. But remember, starting a conversation isn't solely about the words you use. It's equally important to be polite and respectful. This means listening as much as you speak and showing genuine interest in what the other person has to say. Being polite and respectful sets a positive tone for the conversation and makes the other person feel valued and heard. One last thing to keep in mind, it's okay to make mistakes. In fact, it's expected, especially when you're first starting out. Don't let the fear of making a mistake hold you back. Instead, view each mistake as a learning opportunity. The more mistakes you make, the more you learn, and the more you learn, the better you'll become. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the better your conversation starting skills will become. Now, let's take a look at some examples of how to start a conversation. Imagine you're at a party, surrounded by people you don't know very well. It can be daunting, right? But don't worry, here's a simple way to break the ice. Start with a light-hearted comment about the event. You could say, "This food is amazing, isn't it?" Or, "I love this song, do you know who sings it?" These kinds of questions are open-ended, meaning they invite more than a yes or no response, sparking a more engaging conversation. Let's move to another setting, the workplace. You might want to bond with your colleagues, but how do you initiate? Start by talking about a shared experience. For instance, you might say, "I thought the meeting this morning was really productive. What did you think?" Or you could ask for advice or opinions on a work-related topic. This not only starts a conversation, but also shows that you value their input. Now let's consider school. You want to make friends, but don't know how to start? Try asking about the assignments or upcoming exams. You could say, "I'm finding this chapter a bit challenging. How are you finding it?" Or, "Are you ready for the test next week?" These questions show your interest in their thoughts and experiences and can lead to a more in-depth conversation. In all these contexts, remember to listen carefully to the other person's response and ask follow-up questions. This shows that you're genuinely interested in what they have to say, and it keeps the conversation flowing. A quick tip: pay attention to non-verbal cues. If the person you're talking to seems distracted or uninterested, it might be best to politely end the conversation and try again another time. These examples should give you a good idea of how to start a conversation in English. But remember, each conversation is unique, so feel free to adapt these examples to suit your own style. Well, that wraps up our lesson on starting a conversation in English. We've covered some crucial points today. Starting with the significance of greetings. Remember, a friendly "Hello, how are you?" can set the tone for the whole conversation. We also explored common phrases that can be used to spark a discussion, like, "What's your opinion on it?" or "Did you hear about?" Being polite and respectful is another key aspect we discussed. Using phrases like "please," "thank you," and "excuse me" can make a real difference. And finally, we emphasized on regular practice. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll become in starting and carrying on conversations in English. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. They're part of the learning process. Use those moments as stepping stones towards your improvement. Remember, starting a conversation in English is a skill that will greatly enhance your language abilities. So keep practicing, and soon you'll be starting conversations with ease and confidence. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy learning.